Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. And today I'm bringing you a card I made for the Ink Stamp Share blog hop, and the theme was celebration but not birthday. So I've made a graduation card. Got quite a few nieces and nephews that have graduated this summer, and so I designed a graduation card to send them, because it's been a bit tough. I think anybody finishing any exam period this summer, it's been a bit strange with the fact that lots of exams were cancelled and people are going on teacher prediction and that. So anybody that's sort of got through it deserves a bit of congratulations, and you know, chances are they won't have a real graduation. They'll have an online one, which is not quite the same. There's nothing like walking across that stage and getting that handshake and getting that sort of recognition for all your hard work. So yes, so this is what I've designed. I'm going to do this one for camera using a real red background instead of the black. Because I've sort of matching it up with a real red ribbon there. So I've got a card base, normal C6, so half the size of standard cardstock, cut in half, scored in half. I'm using very vanilla because my degree certificates are on cream cardstock, card. So that's what I was going for. So one for the front and one for the inside. Using a bit of basic black to make the mortar board there, and I've got a little piece here for the certificate, and I've forgotten already, 2.5 by 3.5. I've sort of made that, and I've got a bit of scrap for the sentiment. And so I'm using the Many Mates. I've just recently got this. I got it because there's so many great sayings on it, particularly like get well soon. We don't have another set with that. Lost me happy anniversary with one of the stamp sets retiring. So yeah, I quite like this, and I quite like the fact that there were sayings to go with it, so you could stamp something on the inside. And I've gone for the congrats and you totally earned it, put them together on the front, because yeah, anybody that's getting a degree has earned it. So that's what I thought I would do. So let's do some fun with making the degree certificate. I wanted to make it look a little bit like a scroll, and a little bit sort of parchmenty. Don't know if you can see that on camera there. Let me have a little skeg. Can you see it? Not really sure. I've sort of done a little bit of sort of stamping over it to give a feel that it's a bit of a parchment scrolled up, and I sort of did an attempt at sort of making it look like a wax seal, and of course a little bit of ribbon hanging down. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So I used this sort of, what do you call it? I'm lost for words. But like the cross section. That's right. You know, like the cross section there of a tree trunk. So that was what I thought might give a little bit of an impression of sort of parchmenty. And I'm using the script from Very Versailles. So that's what I'm doing. A little bit of blending. Okay, so let's get that done. I'm going to put a little bit of scrap paper underneath a stamp mat, because it's going to get a little bit inky. And I've gone for grey granite. Thought that would give a nice sort of colour. So I am going to stamp off I think I stamped off twice. I can't remember. I made this quite a while ago, designed it quite a while ago, and was going to, oh, that was rubbish, and was going to film And then I thought, oh, I've got a nail appointment. I'm going to wait off filming and film when my nails pretty. That's what I decided to do. And I sort of stamped both sides of the card. And there, like that. That might be the underneath bit. So that's that, and then I put a bit of script on top, as if there was writing over, like so. I just thought it was worth doing something that maybe looked a bit like that. Right, so then I just use the sponge dauber and sort of inked round the edges. And on the inside. Like so. And then it's just a matter of rolling up. Not used to my nails. I say, I've never been a nail person, but because they've just got so rotten with, we're in really poor condition with medication I'm on and having developed anemia, they just split, they get caught, they rip, they're quite painful sometimes. So I decided this year that I'd have my nails done regularly. And yeah, of course, that's when we go into a global pandemic and I can't get them done. So this is actually only the third time I've had them done. So I had one of my friends said, I'm so glad I'm not high maintenance. So I'm not high maintenance. I don't get my hair done. Hardly wear makeup. But my nails have been not great, and they've been sore with everything, so this stops me putting them in my mouth and doing biting around my hands, so it's worth it. Makes me happy. I'm quite pleased, and I chose purple, my favourite colour. So there we go. So I'm just doing a bit of curly whirly with my bone folder, and then I took a thin paintbrush and or did I take a cocktail stick? Can't remember. I think I did use the paintbrush and just rolled it a bit. Rolled it round. Just needs it starting off really. And then once you've shown who's boss, you can then curl it yourself. Round and round and round, and then get my Tombow at the ready. To get that ends caught in. Tap it down a bit if the ends have come out, and that's a bit of oozing. I've now got glue on my fingers, and that's the scroll sort of done. Right, I'm going to wash my hands. So yeah, washed my hands. So then what I did to create that sort of like a seal look was I took a fine tip glue pen and I just put some a sort of a dribble around the middle, and it has run a bit but it doesn't matter, so just leaving that on my silicone mat to dry. So I'm moving that out the way to dry. Putting the lid back on here, and then obviously I'll colour it when it's dry. Right, let's mop up that bit of glue. There we go. Right, so now we need to make the mortarboard. So I'm using some punches. So I'm using this tailored tag and some balloons. Well, one balloon really. So what I did was punched tailored tag and then get myself a little arm and a little bit of sticky. Take some sticky off because it's really sticky now. I'm just gonna grab my arm like that, and then I'm feeding it back in so that I get it lined up so that I'm going to create a diamond. Nothing new, people have been doing that with this punch forever. So we've got our little diamond, and then we want the hat bit of the mortarboard, and so I just feed that down. The balloon I'm going about halfway, keep it straight, and I've got myself a little bit of hair that wants to stick to my hand. It's another thing, I molt, and then for goodness sake, right, and then that just sits on top like so. Now I've seen these, I've seen lots of different versions, and some people cut out a little 2 half circles there. I'm just leaving mine as it is. That's what I decided to go, is to leave it as it is. And then I made the little tassel by using some of the black baker's twine. It's in the last catalogue. Realising that she hasn't brought it to the table with her, but I just used the black baker's twine that was in that Country Club suite. I think it was called Country Club, and I just undid it a bit and just made a tie. But on this one I'm going to use one of these. These are some retired tassels, and I'm just sticking that on it for this one, make it a little bit easier on myself. I wanted just to try and see if I could make one, and you can, but I'm just not making it now. So I thought so. I used some dimensionals to stand that up a little bit proud, but I want to stick this down, so I'm going to use a glue dot, and I was deciding whether or not I wanted to hide the little circle, and I think I do. So I'm going to put a little glue dot that's not a pokey tool, that's a Sharpie, Jez. Looks similar when it's upside down in my pen pot. So what I'm going to do is put that glue dot on there, sort of stick that in the centre there. Like so, and then we're going to get some dimensionals. And I'm going to put one either side of the bottom. Managed to stick it either side of the top. Oh, do you know? That's better. There. And then that's all ready to get stuck on when we're ready for it. Just thought it looked a bit better, standing a bit proud. Oh, let's have a bit of space. Leave a bit of space there. Like so. So that's my little water board. So now we need to do the bit of stamping there. For congrats, you've totally earned it. I've lined it up, did a bit of practicing to get it straight, and I'm stamping that out in a bit of memento. There we go. And then I'm using the little rectangle that sits on its own in the stitch rectangles, just to cut that out. It fits just inside those stitching quite nicely. So I'm going to die cut that, and I will do my embossing as well, and I'm using the Scripty embossing folder because I thought that went really well as well with the idea of a graduation. So I'm going to get that done. So that's the embossing and die cutting done, like so. So we can start putting it together. So I did a little bit of a border around the little die cut, so I'm just going to stick it down on some basic black. So I'm sticking it down into the corner of this, a tiny little margin, just eyeballing. So I've got a bit of a margin there and a bit of a margin there, and then I'm going to bring in my little guillotine, and I'm just going to trim it off. So I'm not measuring, I'm just going with it. You could measure, feel more comfy, but I decided to do it this way. Just give yourself a little border. Might just take this tiniest smidge off that bottom end. like so. That's that. So now we can start sticking it down to the card base. So I'm going to take that out. I did a little bit of stamping on the other one. So just gonna put these on. I say I think the red will pop when we add that and the ribbon. So put this. I wanted to make this slightly different because sending this to my nephew and his girlfriend, they both went to the same uni. They met before uni and chose the same uni to study at, been with each other for the whole time, and they both graduated this summer, and so it's kind of a his and hers version. It was kind of what I was doing. Rather than create something completely different. I quite liked the design. I've done a few different designs of graduation cards over the years, and I liked this one. So let's get some more dimensionals for this, because normally I don't do more than one dimensional at all because it makes it go large letter, but it's got to go large letter anyway because of the scroll. So that was that. Now I'm going to cut just the slight bit off that actually, so I'm going to take it from the end here. That there, and then take off the backing, and I'm going to stick another one on top. So that's got a little bit of stability there as well. I got a reminder actually on Facebook today that it was the anniversary of my eldest's graduation from uni. Can't remember how many years ago it was now. 6? 6 probably, might have been 7. So I thought, oh, how apt, I'm going to make a graduation card today for the video. So I just put that on a little jaunty angle, like so. And then, as I say, in this one, I did a little bit of stamping. So I think I'm going to do that, actually. So I'm going to bring my little bit of scrap in again. And get that stamped, giving my scroll a bit more time to dry. I might finish it off with heat gun actually. So there we go. I'm going to leave that at that. So I've done it slightly different. I think I prefer that. So let's see. Let's get that stuck on, and then we'll see how the drying's going. Managed to move that a little tad. It's stuck. So now we need the scroll. I say you could always not use the scroll. That's quite nice as it is. But I am going to. Don't think it's quite dry yet. I'm going to just use my heat tool and see if that will work. Still feels a little bit like it's not quite ready, and I did have a thought of punching something in it to make it a little bit, not punching, you know, like embedding something in it whilst it was still a little bit wet to make it look like it might have, like you get a seal when you get like a letter or something. And I'm just trying to look round to see if I've got anything I can stick in it that might look good, or rubbish. The end of a pen. Well, it's made an impression. So then I just got a real red blend and coloured over the glue. Like so. And that's how I got that. Put that back, and then a little bit of real red ribbon. So I've got this lovely double stitched satin real red ribbon. So I sort of folded it like so, and at the end like that, and then got glue dots. So I'll put one to keep the shape, so one in there, so that it could go down like that. And then we'll put one on the other side. To stick to the underneath. Centre it a little bit better. And then, yeah, I just used Tombow to to stick it to the card. Oh, I know what I did. I did ink up these ends a bit as well once it was done. And then we just stick that on the side there and just hold it in place until it's glued. There we go. Tombow's pretty good. I'd probably leave it a little bit longer, sort of held down there a bit, but that's it. So that's the full black, and then that's the red, my his and hers graduation cards. So hope you like that. Hope that's given you some ideas if you have graduation cards to make. So let's see them a little bit closer up. So yeah, all the details will be over on my blog, nigezza.co.uk, and do please go and have a little hop round and see what other non-birthday celebrations that people have made on the blog hop. Will be a link to it down below. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next month on the blog hop, and indeed see you tomorrow for another tutorial. Okay, bye.